Hello students, so today again I am here with further extension of our topic, that is projection of a straight line. Earlier as you remember that we have discussed 5 simple cases in which in all the cases the line will be at least parallel to one of the reference plane. Today I am going to take the further next case, that will be projection of a straight line inclined to both the reference plane, and this is the most interesting part of a straight line, when a line will be inclined to both. Earlier I have discussed how that will happen. Suppose if I take this stick like a straight line and hold it like this. Now right now at this moment this line is inclined parallel to both the plane. It is parallel to HP as well as parallel to VP. Suppose now keeping this end fixed, if I rotate it like this, now this will be inclined to HP and is still parallel to VP. Now further, if I rotate it like this, so that this end will come towards you, then this line will be inclined to both. Now in this case, as you know that a line will show its true length when it is at least parallel to one of the plane. Because this line is not parallel to both the plane, it means we are not going to get the true length of the given line in any of the projection. And also, when we will not get the true length, we will also not get the true inclination. So suppose the first case I am going to take, I am taking a line in which the true length of the line will be given to me. The first end, that is the fixed end, that will be given to me, that is the end A, and the line will be inclined to HP by some angle theta degree and inclined to VP by some angle phi degree. So if I want to solve this problem, as this line is inclined to both the plane, we know that it will not give us the true length in any of the projection. So how we will solve this problem? So we will start with the simple steps. Initially we will plot the line in the simplest position, supposing that line will be like that, and further move forward, and then we will approach to the final solution. So what is the way? Initially what I am going to suppose, one of my simplest line will be, so my first step will be step 1, suppose line is parallel to both the planes. So in the first step I am going to suppose my line parallel to both the plane. So I will begin with the first point, that is the point A that is given to me. Again I will draw this XY reference line and then plot the first point. That will be the point small a dash and small a. Suppose that will be H above the HP and D in front of VP. So I have plotted my first point. As this line is parallel to both the plane, it means both the projections will be parallel to the reference line. So I can easily plot parallel to the reference line both the projections by taking the same distance parallel . So this is my line. This line is parallel to both, and I will name it B1 dash and B1. So actually I have given the name to this line will be not AB, but this line will be AB1, because AB will be this line which is inclined to both. But we have supposed a line, so initial point A will be the common point, so that is the main point, and the second point will be the point B1, that is the same position. This distance will be D and this is also D. This will be H and this will be also H. So this is my first line, and what is the length of this line? True length. So I will also mark that length, true length. So if in space you want to see the same line, this line will be like this. I have taken the first end, that is the fixed end. Now A will be the fixed end and B will be, we have plotted along parallel to both, so B1 will be at the same distance. What is the distance of point A from HP and A from VP? Now keeping this end fixed, second step, look at the second step. Now what I am going to do, I am going to make this line inclined to HP by some angle theta degree, keeping it parallel to VP. So holding this end, I will rotate it like this. If I rotate it like this, then the distance of this point from the HP is going to change, but this distance, that is the distance from VP, is not going to change. So now the line will be inclined to HP by some angle theta degree, and that theta will be visible to me in the front view, and also the length of the front view will remain same, that is still true length, but now the top view will be shortened. So we will solve this second step. So I will make the line inclined to HP. So step 2, my step 2 will be make the line incline theta degree to HP, keeping it parallel to VP. So now as the point will be shifted from one position to the another position, the name will also change, and now suppose the name of the line will be AB2, because now this is not B1, B1 will be this point. Now we are shifting towards another point. So I will make an angle in the front view. As you know that whenever a line will be inclined to HP, the front view will be inclined to the reference line, and the length of this front view will remain same. So I am doing this with the help of this arc. So take A dash as center and A dash B1 dash as radius and shift this, and this angle will be, I have taken theta, and we will got the second point, that is maybe the point B2 dash. So this is the front view of the point when the line will be inclined to HP. It is still parallel to VP. Parallel to VP means that the distance of the top view will remain same. So from B2 dash we will come perpendicular downside, where it is going to cut the point B1, that is point B2. I will darken that much part. Now look at this yellow line. This line is inclined to HP and is still parallel to VP, and this is the top view will be get shortened. Clear is second step. So I make the line inclined to HP by some angle theta, is still parallel to VP. Now the top view will be shortened. Now suppose from this position, if I move it like this, now this end will be shifting, its distance from the VP will be changing, and the line will be inclined to VP also. But look at this stick. When I make it inclined to VP, the theta is not going to change. That is the concept actually. Whenever I am going to move a line from one of the plane, the position from the other plane will remain same. Initially we have taken parallel to both. Then next step, I am making it inclined to HP by some angle theta, is still parallel to VP. Now suppose holding this end, if I rotate it like this, now the distance of this point from VP is going to change, the front view is going to change, but the top view will remain same. Why top view will remain same? Because this theta angle is not going to change. So what we concluded, that if I make this line inclined to HP by some angle, then the top view will be changed. If the same line will be inclined to VP also, this top view is not going to change again. It means what I got, this top view will be the final top view. So one value I got by doing this second step, the top view will be fixed. If you make this line inclined to VP or not, the top view will remain same because theta is fixed now. One more thing will be fixed. Whenever I make it inclined to HP by some angle, the distance of the point B2 dash from the XY line is changing, from the HP will be changing. Now if I make this line inclined to VP, then the distance of the top view will change. The distance of the front view will not change again. It means if I draw a locus line from this point like this, a line parallel to the reference line, then this line will be the locus of our point B dash. So from this second step I got two things. One will be the length of top view, second will be the locus of B dash. So I think my half problem will be solved. But one constraint is there. Now if already this line is inclined to HP by some angle theta degree, it is not possible for me to make it inclined to VP by some angle phi, because this phi will be also visible when the length of the top view will be true, because right now the top view will be shortened. So if I rotate this top view by some angle, then I am not sure what is the angle, that value will be phi or not. So what we will do, that we will proceed with our third step, and our third step will be make the line inclined to VP, inclined phi degree to VP, keeping it parallel to HP. But that third step I will do after the step 1, not after the step 2. So I am writing this third step upside. So look at this third step. The step 3 now. Make the line inclined phi degree to VP, keeping it parallel to HP. So what I am going to do, I am again going to start from the beginning, that is the simplest line, that is line parallel to both. Now keeping this end fixed, I will rotate it like this. So this end will move towards you and the line will be inclined to VP by some angle phi. Now in the top view we will get true length as well as the inclination phi, and that will, in the drawing, that will be done by with the help of top view. As you know that inclination with VP will be always seen in the top view. So I am going to make the top view inclined to VP by some angle phi degree, keeping it parallel to HP. So that is my third line, and I can name that line as AB3. So I will make this line inclined to VP by some angle in the top view. So that will be like this. I am taking little bigger angle than the theta, so my phi will be little bigger, and this will be phi. As you know that the length of the top view is not going to change, so true length, again I will rotate true length, take A as center and AB1 as radius, shift this line. This is our point A and this will be our point B3. Now the line will be, look at the line, now the line will be inclined to VP. It is still parallel to HP. Parallel to HP matlab means the distance of B3 dash will be the distance of A dash. So from this again draw perpendicular projector and go up to this initial line, and that point will be our point B3 dash. I will darken this line. Now you can easily recognize the line. Now this pink line will be the line third, that is AB3. Now the line will be inclined to VP and parallel to HP. The same concept, this line is inclined to VP, parallel to HP. Now the front view will be shortened. If I rotate the same line with the HP by some angle, this front view is not going to change again. So what we got the front view, and this length will be fixed. As last time we got the top view, and that will be fixed for if a line is inclined to both or inclined to one. Now the same way the front view will be fixed. As already I rotated this line with the VP, so the distance of this point from the VP is changed. Now this may be from D to now that is D1, but if the same line will be inclined to HP again further, then this distance is not going to change again. So it means I can say that we got the locus of the top view of the B also. So if I draw a line parallel to the reference line from this point and name it a small rs, so this will be the locus of point small b. So now look at the solution. Initially we have a line whose true length will be given to me. We made that line inclined to HP, keeping it parallel to VP. We got the top view, we got the locus of B dash. Now in the third step I have made that line inclined to VP by some angle phi, keeping it parallel to HP. Now we got the front view and the locus of B. Now already we have locus of B dash, front view length, top view length. Now what I have to do? In the step 4, I have to combine step 3 and second and third, combine step second and third and make it inclined to both. So what I have to do, I have to just shift the front view to the location of front view and top view to the location of top view. As you know, that see that this is the length of front view, a dash b3 dash, and that will be equals to final front view, that is a dash b dash. So from now taking a dash center, rotate it like this, where it is going to cut this point, that point will be our b dash. Same way, this is the length of top view from A, take the center A and rotate this AB to where it cuts this locus line, that will be the point small b. Now we got B dash and B, join this B dash with A dash and this A with B. We got the final line. Look at this line. This line is inclined to both. This last blue one line will be A dash, B dash and AB. This line is inclined to both the plane. So this is the way. And one more thing. As you know that these B dash and B are the points of the same points, front view and top view. So they must lie on a line, the same projector, that will be a line perpendicular to the reference line. So for checking that we have solved it correctly or not, just from B dash drop a perpendicular on the XY line that is going to cut point B. If that is so, then we have solved it correctly. And now look at this line, final line, A dash B dash. This is equals to this front view, that is short end. Look at this top view, this is short end, and look at these angles. The angles are enlarged, and this is denoted by alpha and this is denoted by beta. As you know that theta and phi are the true inclination of a line. These alpha and beta are the final angles. These are known as the apparent angles. Apparent angles of a line. So apparent angles are those angles which are visible in the projection, but those are not true angles. So what is the concept I got? That whenever a line is inclined to both the plane, both the projection will get shortened. And as both the projections are get shortened because the distances are same, so the figure will be compressed like this and both the angles will going to be enlarged. So this is the way to solve a problem which is inclined to both the plane. You cannot solve this problem directly. You have to solve in multiple steps. Again, if I recall that what I have started with, initially the true length will be given to me and first end will be given to me, inclination theta and phi are given. So I started with supposing my line parallel to both the plane in step 1 and drawn the first line, that is AB1. Then in step 2 I have made that line inclined to HP, keeping it parallel to VP. Now the name of the line I have given AB2. When I make that inclined to HP by some angle and keeping it parallel to VP, we got the length of top view and the locus of B dash. In third step, when I make the line inclined to VP by some angle and keeping it parallel to HP, then we got this locus of B and front view. And finally in final step we combine the second and third. We shifted front view to the front view and top view to the top view and get this final line, that is A dash, B dash and AB. Important thing will be the step 2 and 3 are not related to each other. We have to solve after step 1 step 2 and after step 1 step 3. So it's your choice. You will draw step 2 or step 3 first, but the final step will be like this. So solve this problem. This is very interesting problem. We can take any dimension for h and d, any value of theta and phi, and we can solve. So in the initial I will say that take this h 20 mm, d 10 mm, take this true length 75 mm, theta 30 degree and phi 40 degree, phi 45 degree. So h 20, this is 20 mm, this is 10 mm, this is true length 75 mm, this theta will be 30 degree, and this phi will be 45 degree. Solve the problem, and I hope that after solving you can understand. One more thing, wherever I have used this white color chalk, that will be drawn with the help of very light pencil. Use 2H pencil for that. For colored portion, you can darken those lines so that the 3 steps will be visible. I have the facility of using colored chalks, but you are using the same pencil, so use pencils properly, the figure will be better visible then. And I hope you understand this, one of the very interesting problem, and believe it, most of the problems whenever the true length will be given will be solved with the help of this method. So almost 50% problems of the type of problems you can solve with the help of this step. Thank you very much.